Hello, my name is Starlight, and I want to reach out to all of you out there, see how all of you are doing. And as always, I want to make sure you were able to get out in nature and, to get out and get some beautiful sun. And, this morning was so beautiful. I got out earlier than normal, which I needed to because I had to go see my therapist this morning. I see a therapist because I need some support. Not that there's anything wrong with me, is that, I need somebody to talk to, and I encourage, other people to, hey, you might want to go see one yourself, or you can also come and talk with me. I love talking and listening at the same time. I love to help people out, and that's why I have a YouTube channel. So anyway, besides getting out in nature, and like today, it was so beautiful in my area. This morning was awesome. I think I was out at the park at 9 o'clock this morning in the Albany area. I got a special spot. It's a starlight spot, like I got my own little spot. And it's beautiful where I do my yoga and meditation out there. And, it was so beautiful this morning because there was a beautiful breeze that came through the park. And, the sun was out a little bit later when I was doing my stuff. So it is beautiful to get out, get out in nature, either at a park or a bike trail or hiking, you know. So anyway, I want to say I love all of you, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I do. I have a huge heart for Starlight. I do, and so anyway, if you're new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And before I say any more, is if you are getting out and it is beautiful, please make sure you bring plenty of water with you, or some like fruit, vegetables, or, like I like popcorn or peanuts, raisins. So anyway, yeah, make sure you get some goodies, especially if you're going for a hike, you might want to bring some munchies. And anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, you can find me on YouTube at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman. And also, to help me see the world a brighter, more positive place to be, a healthier planet, is that by liking these videos, you can help me, like I'm working on myself to be that change that I want to see in the world. And how do you want to see the world? I hope it's a positive, way, where we all get along and love each other, and that there's no one better than each other. We're all the same. And by liking these videos, it will get spread out like a love virus. You can help me spread these videos out. Besides liking them, you can share it with a friend, share it with a family, or your pets. I don't know if you have a doggy or a kitty cat or birds. Starlight loves them all. So you could share, they probably would watch, like dogs like to do that. Sometimes cats, I never know what is up with the cats. They are beautiful anyway. And also you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that will help me to grow my channel so I can reach more people. And that is what I want to do. It's not about me. It's about the kids out in the world. We need to, help these kids out in the world so they can have a better future. So by subscribing, you're going to help me out so we can see that change in the world. And you can also leave a message down below. All of this is absolutely free. Subscribing is absolutely free. I'll be so sweet. I will not charge you a thing for subscribing. So anyway, you can leave a message down below. I just received a message from somebody so sweet the other day, so thank you if you're watching today. I really appreciate that. It really inspires me. So if you want to inspire Starlight, give her a hello. She will not bite. I do have all my teeth. See, I even cleaned them, flossed them, everything's all set. Only got one missing, So anyway, you can also follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So anyway, Before I get this video going, I just want to say thank you, universe, and thank you, angels. I ask to be guided in the mornings, when I start my day. And it is such a beautiful time I had. I had a lot of running around. I had my therapist appointment this morning. Yes, Starlight sees a therapist. And, where I need support. I do need somebody to talk to. I really can't talk to my kids about what I'm going through right now, and not that I'm going through really anything. It just is good to have an adult, that I can talk to. And, if you ever need anything or want to chat, you can. And the best place is at Instagram, really. You know, um, if you ever want to chat, I would love to chat with you. And if you're in my area, I prefer to meet you in person, because we can get out in nature together and talk outside. Starlight is not a big fan of spending a long time on a computer, like talking back and forth. But, that's why it's so much better outside, out in public somewhere. So anyway, today I was guided, like I had to go to my appointment. Did you notice I got my hair cut? I did it yesterday too, and that something just Starlight's like, no, I need something different. This is just not working. I mean, so it was a lot of money. Two different haircuts, one right after another, and I just recently had my hair trimmed not too long ago, so that's a lot of money on hair for Starlight. I'm not used to that much attention. So yeah, I got a nice Starlight has not had short hair since she was like 15 years old. So I got burdocks in my hair. If you don't know what that is, it's prickers, big prickers. And I had to get my hair short just like this. So my whole time I've had long hair. So today this is part of the reason for the title tonight. It is night in my area. It's almost 7 o'clock p.m. So anyway, I every morning I pray and say, universe, please, I want to be of service to the people in my community. Please guide me and direct me where you want me to go. And I did have computer issues, internet issues this morning, so I couldn't work on any of my YouTube stuff this morning because I couldn't do any thumbnails or any of that stuff. So I'm like, okay, all right, we'll just keep going. And so tonight, I wanted to go and sing and dance in the park. And, I'm like, I'm going to bring some food to the homeless people because I told them I would. And they asked, and hey, you ask, you shall receive. And I brought some extra cold water and I popped some fresh popcorn. Starlight loves popcorn, pepper, salt, and vegan butter. um, yeah, I love my popcorn. So anyway, I brought some of that with me tonight to help the homeless people in my area where I go, sing and dance. Um, so they were very appreciative, very thankful. They were surprised that the water was cold. I didn't give them warm water. I want to treat them the way I would want to be treated. I wouldn't want warm water either. So it was the reason why I'm saying this is because after that, I was heading out of my out of the park to go home, and there was a couple, and it was so sweet. I got to meet a couple out at the park, and we were talking, and they found out that I am a YouTuber, and so I might have talked to them more than a half hour, about what my YouTube channel was, and to get to know them a little bit, and it was such a blessing. Here I left my key in my ignition, my vehicle was on, the door was open, I had Michael Jackson playing in my vehicle, and I left that right there. I'm like, hey, it's not going anywhere, and we got to get to know each other. So they said they would subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that is a blessing how the universe guided me today, and where I went to that park at that certain time, and bumped into this beautiful couple, And we had a lot, like a lot of a great discussion back and forth, and a lot of agreements on what, like what I really want to do as far as my YouTube channel. And they have a daughter that wants to be a YouTuber. And I thought that was so beautiful to hear that, and I encourage that. I really do. The earlier the better, really, on that. Start them off. Yeah, get them. That's a great thing. I definitely really encourage you to, yeah, have your kids get interested in doing that. Have their own business. So anyway, now I can get started. And the name of this title is, I gotta think now, I gotta word it right, is it's too late to go back now. I'm not going back. And I wanted to make this video tonight is because I just got, it's just got this haircut today, and it looked really funky earlier, but I just got it freshly cleaned again, so it's really, really clean now. And because I had to restyle it a little bit, and it takes a while readjusting to a hair, especially this much hair that got cut off. And so anyway, that is the thing, is like, like when I was at the hairstylist and I told her, like, hey, I just got my hair cut yesterday, and I tipped too. I'm really good about tipping people. And but when I went home and I straightened up my hair, I wanted to look different. I've had long hair my whole life, except when I was 15, 16. And so I needed a change, and it's so weird, as this is the time right now I've been getting like numbers, and saying that there's going to be changes going on. Well, here's another one. This was letting go of fear. Like to chop all your hair like this. You've seen my other videos with long hair, and I didn't like it at first when it got done, and I thought, hey, that would be a great title. It's too late to go back now, right? But now that I actually got it all nice and freshly cleaned, and got to play with it, I'm not even going to touch it, because if I do, I'm going to mess it up. So I will be working on my hair. But the reason why I want to have this title is it's too late to go back, and that means, what that means is when you, like I have videos out there about the Matrix, is, when you start finding out the truth about life, and you find out all the stuff that we've been believed to believe is true as kids growing up with our parents, and it's not their fault, really. We can't blame our parents for what they've done onto us, because they were brainwashed. Their family before that was brainwashed, and then we just think that, oh, because my mom and dad did things that way, I got to repeat what they did. Like, for instance, like Santa Claus, and Christmas like that, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy. Well, my mom did it, or, and then it goes all the way through history. Why do we celebrate Christmas? Is it, really, is it because of Santa Claus? It's a big money-making holiday. Even Christians, like, celebrate Christmas. And where some of the Christians out there are actually serving two masters. They got Santa Claus over here, they got a tree for Santa Claus, ho, ho, ho. And then they got, oh yeah, now they got a tree for, being a Christian, going to church. And, well, this is a tree, like, because we're Christians, we go to church, and we're going to give gifts to our kids, because we're worshiping, like, celebrating Jesus' birthday, right? you know, um, you know, but, where it is kind of weird, when I started off, I did that with my kids, the same thing that my parents did to me, and I was so upset when I found out there was no Santa Claus, and so it devastated me. I really was devastated as a kid finding that out. It was like a nightmare. So I did tell my kids, because my church was, they didn't like that everybody was going around and going out and blowing a lot of money on Christmas and celebrating with the Santa Claus. And then I didn't know anything about it was Jesus' birthday on that, around that time of year. Yeah, I didn't know that they created this Santa Claus and all this stuff to kind of cover up on the real reason of celebrating, and so, like, Jesus is a gift from God. God gave us that gift of Jesus to help us to wake us up a little bit. Really, Jesus is amazing. I love him so much. He went through so much for us. So I do love Jesus. I do not go to church, and I'm not going to encourage you to go to church one bit at all. But, because they're, I don't agree with it really. I did go for many years, but, I found out a lot, the good, bad, and the ugly about church. So, I'm questioning something else right now, and it is something we've been brainwashed from the beginning, from our ancestors all the way back through time. They brought the holidays out like that with Santa Claus to just kind of distract you away from really what is going on. Like they do so many times in life, distract us. They'll put something on the news. Is news really like drama too? I question that. Is that like drama? People are drawn to drama, shocking stuff. I guess it's what I'm trying to learn what drama is. Oh, like some Hollywood star, blah blah blah, and you don't even know if it's true or not. Really, did that really happen to that Hollywood star? Did that Hollywood star, you know, really do that? Where it gets people's attention, they have so many ways of distracting people, where people get drawn to that stuff on the news, like to find out about the Hollywood stars. Starlight doesn't watch any of this stuff. I don't watch the news. I don't watch Hollywood stuff, because I know it's not all true. They were saying stuff about Michael Jackson a long time ago, and I am a big Michael Jackson fan. He's my greatest artist out there, for singers and dancers. Wow. Um, I bring him out. I bring Michael Jackson with me when I go to the park. I danced with. I actually was dancing with some people in my park, the motorcycle guys. Big tough guys, and Starlet. I am not afraid of you. I got Archangel and my angels with me. And it was beautiful. I was able to, you know, treat them, and be friendly with them. And you think I was scared? Not at all. I was not afraid. It was an odd thing that I did that. It's just that I felt like the universe was like, hey, this is about what my YouTube channel is to be the change that you want to see in the world. I get tired of seeing people where they can't even give you eye contact when you're walking on a bike path or go to a park. So Starlight's not that like that. If I see you in a park, as long as I'm not dancing around, I love looking around and giving you attention, letting you know that, hey, I recognize that you are a human being, and, you're worth giving an eye contact with, and a friendly smile, or hello, or isn't this a beautiful day, or don't be surprised if you're in my area, you see me dancing by, listen to Michael Jackson or other singers out there that I love, so this is why with this haircut is, am I ever going to get this hair back? Like, can I go back to the hairstylist and get all my hair back? No, absolutely not. So that's what this video is about, is once you know the truth of this stuff that's going on in the world and how we've been brainwashed and lied and controlled, by the news and the school system, the churches, and all that. Once you start waking up and you wake up to understanding about the Matrix, the documentary. It's not a movie, it's a documentary, where people think that, oh, that's just a movie, that's just a movie. Somebody said that on my Facebook, because I put something on Facebook about the Matrix. You know what? Don't be deceived, because, the Matrix is a real thing. That if you ever watch the movie or even I didn't comprehend the whole entire thing, but wow. It is my favorite movie out there, that I've ever watched. It really woke me up. My brother told me about this movie a long time ago, and I got hooked, to this movie. And so we are in a matrix, we are in like a virtual reality, and they do have the metaverse. And I didn't know anything about that until a very sweet friend of mine let me know about that on Facebook. And it's another, virtual reality, like a game where, people are going to get pulled into these things, preferring to go and do stuff that's not, this is not real enough, but then they're going to go into another area that, they're going to try to trap people in there. I did talk to somebody that was in a virtual reality game, not metaverse, but a different kind. And so he was a beautiful soul. I wish he would get a hold of me. I lost his number. I don't know where he is. I believe he has a beautiful girlfriend because he was not hitting on to me, but, I saw him at a dock in my area, the park right down the street from where I am, and this was a couple of years ago, and I made him feel like he was in the Matrix. It was kind of cool. We were both on the dock, beautiful morning, and we were both looking at the beautiful scenery right where the river is, and the sun was just all over on the water, and the water was glistening that morning. It was such a beautiful morning, and he looked, like there was something about him that drew me over to him, and the universe drew me over to him to talk to him, and we're both like just staring at the water and how beautiful and the temperature, and I go, yeah, too bad this isn't real, and that's how, we started getting to know each other is, just to let them know that this reality, like is really not the reality you think it is. And it is hard to, you're not going to get this right away when you first hear this because it took me years to understand this. Like when somebody told me this was all an illusion, I that went through my brain like you would not believe. I just kept on trying to figure out, like, is this person messing with me? Are they playing games? Because this person did play a lot of head games with me. And it was like, like there's some things that this person would tell me, and like saying that the moon has power. I'm like, is that really real? And different things that this person was revealing to me, that we all are one, and that I was looking on the outside instead of looking in the inside for things. And I found out a lot of that stuff was actually real. Maybe not everything that this person told me, but a lot of the stuff. It's kind of funny how the Matrix does that. Is sometimes they will. Well, some people will say stuff, and you might not even think what they're saying is real. Just like me talking to you right now, you might be thinking, that Starlight chick is off her freaking rocker, or that Starlight chick, what kind of meds is she on? What kind of drugs is she on? And it is funny. Laugh at it now, and when you wake up, you won't be laughing. There's so many things before I thought was a joke too. I thought it was a joke about thinking that a plant, or an animals, like the energy of the plants and animals and all that stuff of, like, about what other people believed when I used to go to church. And now, like now it's like a wake up call. It's like, the animals, come on, like they have feelings. I'm a vegan right now, and I really don't want to eat animals anymore. I never did when I was a kid, but I was forced to eat meat. When I was a kid, I was under my parents' house. We were made to eat all of our food on our plate. Whether we wanted it or not, you're going to eat it. They didn't have the money to waste that food, and they were teaching me a valuable lesson about not wasting food. So Starlight's not a person that will waste food. So I was taught later on in my life, you put it on your plate, eat it. So there's a lot of people that go out to buffets, all you can eat buffets. You see how much food gets wasted? People will put too much on their plate, things that they don't even know if they like it or not. And then they get back to the table, then they only eat maybe half of it, or maybe some people like me would eat all of it. If I put it on if I don't know what it is, I'll put a little bit on there. I'm like, I don't really know if I'm going to like that, But now I can't even really eat any of that stuff anyway because I'm a vegan. And then that way, if I don't like it, I can eat that. It's not going to kill me, right? I hope not. And then, then when I get done with my plate, I can go get a fresh plate and, because there's so much food getting wasted. There's so many poor people out there that homeless people could use some food, you know. So anyway, is when you realize that you are in the matrix and that this is not the real reality that you think, even though you can hear that, you can feel that, like even the wind that, you can feel the wind when guess what? It's the same way in a virtual reality game. The same thing. The guy that I met at the park, that I told him, he was really interested in what I had to say, but I believe he had a special girl out there. So I don't think he really wanted it, like I think he was afraid that he was going to get caught talking to me because, like he didn't want to have any relationship issues, you know. So he never tried anything with me, never flirted with me. He just was interested in what I had to say. So I asked him, like we were talking about virtual reality, and really this is like you're in a Hollywood movie, and you're one of the actresses or actors. We're all like little Hollywood stars and not even know it. We're in the biggest Hollywood movie ever made, but we're like trapped in here in this matrix, so that's why I wanted to make this video tonight, just like this haircut here is, I could do a turnaround on the back side. I'm not going to know what it looks like, but doesn't that look nice? And I do prefer long hair. It's just that really yesterday I did my hair and I straightened it out and I did a video which you would see on my YouTube that I sent out today, and I'm like, it just wasn't doing the right thing that I needed it to do. I was like, I need to change this. So like once you wake up to the truth in life, you don't ever want to go back to the lies and the bull crap that you've learned already, because it's like, why would you want to? Once you know the truth and your eyes are opened and you understand what's really going on behind the scenes, just like on Wizard of Oz, she was afraid because of the voice behind the curtain. And it was a really old little man behind that curtain, and he just had some stuff. It is interesting how we have been brought up and watching all these different cartoons, and there's a lot of truth to, if you really think about it, where a lot of people think, it's just a cartoon for kids, but no, it isn't. They make a lot of cartoons for adults and for kids, and the adults that get the stuff, they understand it's a deeper, where you're like, I understand why they made that cartoon, like the Wizard of Oz. I was like they had the Tin Man. Now, if I remember I loved the Wizard of Oz. I really did growing up. I did love watching that. So they had the the Tin Man. Let me see, the Lion, and one more. Let's see if Starlight can remember the last one. There's the Tin Man and the Lion. One was saying only if he had a heart, but he had a beautiful heart. And the Tin Man, the Scarecrow. The Scarecrow is always scared, So it is funny how you can watch certain stuff out there, thinking like you relate to some of those cartoons, like thinking maybe I'm trying to think of the Scarecrow, the Tin Man. I think the Tin Man was about only if he had a brain. So Starlight related to the Tin Man, and so it is interesting how they do, So the Matrix, the documentary, they make this stuff to help people to wake them up, so they understand that this is all an illusion here. This is not real as what you think. I knew something was off my whole life. I'm like, what the heck? There's something off, and then, it just got deeper and deeper, throughout my life. And then, I went to church and there's something messed up. I still question stuff. Even when I went to church, I didn't believe all the stuff I was being told. And I'm going to get into that right now, is because I'm against this 100%. And I couldn't understand it when I was going to church. And then I just watched a video yesterday that was like a good eye opener. I really think, Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart, for bringing I think his name was Billy. I hope that's what his name was, but I'm really bad at remembering people's names. But that was an awesome live stream. I wanted more. I really did. I was just like, it was really short, and I wanted more. I loved the way the guy put things together and how he explained everything. I was like, wow, this is awesome. I love this stuff, So I am very impressed with that guy. Not that I never even heard of his name, never knew nothing about him. But, there's people out there, and I didn't know he was a master teacher like Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart. And he's a YouTuber, so you want to, wake up to the truth and this reality that we've been fed a bunch of bull, really. It is kind of funny when I say that, because when I was a kid, I was in the bar with my mom, and they had like a picture of a mushroom on the wall, and it says, why does everybody keep me in the dark and feed me a bunch of bull? And that's exactly what we've been in our life. Is we've been like a lot of mushrooms out here, kept in the dark and fed a lot of bull. you know yeah, that word. And I don't want to swear, but really that's the fact right there, is that we have been fed a bunch of lies in our life through the school system, the government, the news. you know I just had a video deleted like a week ago, and guess what the title was? Use your voice. Ain't that interesting? I'm talking about, like using your freedom of speech, and they deleted that baby. Can't talk about COVID really. Somebody didn't like it, and they flagged me out. So then that video did get deleted. So I couldn't believe it, because I do know people that do talk about COVID, and I don't know why mine got deleted. So it is interesting how that's the thing. We need to speak up. Like when another virus, now I can say that, right? Because I'm not talking about COVID, is like when another virus comes out there, like, are you going to let people control you and to force things on you, to tell you can't do this or you can't do that? Or, like, we need to use our voice and speak up against these things. We cannot be pushed around. God gave us a voice to use our voice, and if you do have a problem using your voice, I totally understand that. And what can help you out is doing guided meditations for your throat chakra, and I love meditating. So that will help you to express your voice, to use your voice to say what you need to say. We need to use our voices. God gave us a ton, to speak, to express ourselves. Imagine that they say that you can't have any opinions, that you can't say certain things, because they want to take your freedom away. Like when we had a virus, is putting those masks on our face. you know it's like they don't want you to talk. They don't even want to see you smile. That was part of that, is not to see your smile. Not, like, it was a really depressing time where, anytime I went in the store and seen everybody's mask on, I couldn't see their smile. It was a horrible time. And that's why we really, when we go out in public, please be friendly to people. Like I was tonight with this couple. That couple was really impressed, like with me, because I was friendly with them. I wasn't a stuck-up girl. I stopped what I was doing. I put my stuff in the car, and I was like, right there to them. Hey, that stuff in the car. I had my car, my door open. I was, like, I was like right there, just like lightning, and I didn't care about the time. I knew I had to come back here to do a video, but, I was in the now. I was in the right at that moment, talking to them and sharing with them, because they were curious to what my YouTube channel was about, and I was letting them know. And they agreed to a lot of things that I do have on my YouTube channel. So I am very grateful, and that's why, like, we need to change the way we see the world, and the way we are doing things, the way people are doing things, and not, like, not that everybody is doing everything wrong. It's just that they've been programmed to believe and think the way they are doing is the right way of doing it. We can't keep on repeating those same things over and over again. It's about my kids. It's about your kids. It's about my grandkids. It's about your grandkids. It's not about me. How my birthday is coming up. It's not about me. You know, um, it's about the little kids. It's about our teenagers. Those teenagers are the target out there. The kids are the target. We need to do whatever it takes to protect our kids and their future. What kind of future is your grandkids going to have? If we keep on running the way things are going in this world. That's why I say, that's why I did this video and this, with this haircut going like this. I can't go back and get my hair back on my head, even though when I got done with it, I hated it. I was like, I don't like to use that word. But I didn't like my hair, because anytime they do your hair, a lot of times it doesn't look quite right until you get home. You reclean it, redo your own thing with it, where you can really manage it a little bit better, and that's what I had to do because I didn't, my hair was doing some funky stuff, even though they cleaned it there, is that, I can't get that hair back. And, when you wake up to the truth of the reality of that this is an illusion, you're never going to want to go back to the lies and all the crap that we've been fed. Absolutely not. You can't go back. How can you go back? You already know the truth. You're going to want to know more of the truth, and there's layers to the truth. The layers are, so, like it's not like somebody tried to help me a long time ago and tried to tell me the truth, but even though they said the stuff and it just didn't make any sense, I couldn't make any sense of it. So what I'm telling you might not make any sense to you, but you know what? In time, it will. It takes time, just like with your little kids, when they're trying to learn how to talk. At first, they don't, they try to talk and they're like, blah, blah, blah. They talk and it's so cute, though. It is so precious to hear little kids trying to put words together. I think it's amazing that little kids learn. I'm like, how do they learn how to talk? It is so beautiful when they do. Like, I have a grandson and now he's putting big words together and I'm like, and he's getting sentences. He's asking questions. He's saying no a lot, no, do that. No, 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 so he's in that no stage. And, but it takes time for them, to comprehend stuff and to understand what you're telling them. Because in the beginning, that, like, what is it for a little kid to hear you talk? It's like, what do they say? It's like an alien talking to you, like if an alien talked to you and didn't speak English or your language, whatever your language is, you'd be like, what did you just say? You're trying to tell me something, but I don't quite understand it right now. But in time you will. That's why, like in church, you can't like give a baby Christian steak. You got to give them milk first. You got to give them just like the little kids. You can't just use big vocabularies first thing. You got to break everything down to their level so they can understand and comprehend what you're talking about. So that's why it's so hard to really tell people all the things that you want to say, because they'd be thinking, boy, that Starlight chick is off her rocker. Because not that there's anything wrong with you or anything wrong with me. It's that you're lacking understanding right now, and and that does happen, and it does take time to understand for me to say that this is all an illusion. It doesn't happen overnight. I had to learn all kinds of stuff throughout the years, like your thoughts are not your own. Ooh, wrap your brain around that for a while. And your emotions are not your own. When your whole life, that's all you ever thought is that all these thoughts in your head. You might thought that like I did. Those are all my thoughts. Wow, do I think a lot? What kind of things do you think? They're not your thoughts, though, right? Exactly, they're not your thoughts. We are all one. You know. So anyway, I know this video is getting awfully long. Is that that's what I wanted to make this video, is once you find out the truth in life, you can't go back. Like, I can't go back to my old way of living anymore. I can't go back to, that's why this hairstyle is different. I'm Starlight. This is not really, I just didn't know what to do with my hair. So I looked up on Google and like, I knew I definitely needed to chop some hair off. So we did. It happened. And I can't go back and, like, the lady at the salon, she's like, are you sure, with the scissors, are you sure you're ready to do this? Yeah. I'm letting go of fear, I'm letting love guide me. I'm going to do this. We're going to get this hair chopped, and I never would have thought I would ever get my hair short, ever, really. Like, it does change you if you get and it all started because of a bad hair day. It's like, I'm having a bad hair day. Nothing's working. I can't seem to do anything with my hair right now. And I'm so used to having my hair in a ponytail. It's kind of funny when I got done cleaning it, got out of the shower in the bathtub or whatever, and put a towel around my head like I normally would, wrap it around and all that. And it was like, huh, where somebody where did all my hair go? So I can't go back, and get that. And I would never want to go back to all the lies. And I want to learn more about what the truth is, don't you? We've been like mushrooms, in the dark and fed a lot of bull, because that's how mushrooms grow. They grow in cow doo-doo. That's how they grow the mushrooms, and Starlight could eat mushrooms every day. So anyway, I do love all of you, and if you understand exactly what I'm talking about, then you will get this. But others, you might not understand it. It doesn't mean that this is not real. Even the Bible. Do you believe everything in the Bible? And that's what I want to touch really quick before I go. Why would in the Bible it say to beat your children with the rod? Why? I question that. I went to a church that did that, and I was like, it doesn't make any sense. I questioned it, but it was in the Bible. It was in a book, they call a Bible, and they said that the men of God actually, made this Bible, and they had all the names of the people in the Bible that made, the I think the disciples, or it's like all these people that wrote parts of the Bible. I can't remember all the stuff that I learned. That they were inspired of God, is what I was told, to write the Word of God. Well, you know what? The God that I love and the God that I worship is the God that is Jesus' Father. Not Father, but he had Jesus as a son. That's the God that I worship. My true Heavenly Father, my only Heavenly Father, the holiest of holiest. Why would my Father in heaven, right, want me to beat my kids with a rod? It never made any sense until, like, yesterday. I had a big wake-up call on that as I watched that video from Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart, and I was hearing the stuff that they were talking about, and I always did. I questioned that. I was like, maybe somebody just made this Bible, and we've been lied to. Maybe they just made this Bible to control us, to have us to be good. I thought that my whole life, when I found out about the Bible and I was learning about the Bible and all this stuff, and not all of it, I comprehended everything. It's so deep, though, a lot of the stuff in the Bible and the stories that I learned and read, and was taught, and how it was taught, and how they can, one pastor can say one thing about one part of the Bible, and another pastor can come in and totally say something totally different about the same verse, same chapter, different stories, different meanings, and they say it's all depending on how you interpret it, but now I definitely question, is the Bible really? There's a lot of wisdom in that Bible. It says that you're not supposed to change a word of God. Well, a lot of churches did that, right? And then I'm thinking, and then they're not all the pieces of the puzzle is in the Bible. I heard that, not all the scrolls, not all everything was not in there. And it says in the Bible somewhere that there would have been more in the Bible, but our minds wouldn't be able to comprehend those verses and that, wherever that would have been. So I question all that. Is the Bible, and you ought to question it too. Would God, a loving, caring God, have us beat our kids with rods? Do you know what one of those feel like? If you're a parent that does beat your kids with rods, can you handle it? Could you handle getting beat on your butt with a rod? That's the whole thing. Why would God, a loving, caring God, and there's this big argument about that, and throughout my whole life I've heard this. What Bible is the right Bible? Like in all this stuff about race and all this stuff. So they wanted us to get divided. They wanted to separate us. They want us to fight against each other about race and people in our country and this and that. I don't care that other people come to this country. I'm all open to that, because I look at myself and say, what if I lived in their country and I was going through a lot of crap in that country? I definitely would want to be free and go to a country that I would have more freedom. Not that this is perfect here where I am. Wouldn't you want to go and escape to somewhere where your women weren't getting beat? I've seen this on I couldn't believe it. Some of these women out there, they get abused. They will get whipped out in public. If they do certain things, they got these laws on these women. These women get beaten. So if you were one of those women that were getting beaten, wouldn't you want to come to the United States too, to be free from all that beating? that you're not allowed to maybe have your legs shown, or you get beat, or if you fornicated or had an adultery, that you would get beat out in public and humiliated. What about the guys? Are they perfect? Like I could not believe my eyes when I seen that stuff, but that stuff even goes on in the churches. Pastors preaching about beating your kids with a rod. How do I know that? I witnessed it, did it, been guilty of it. So really, is that of God? I don't think so. I doubt it. Now that I look at things differently, these are new eyes now. It's not really these eyes, it's this eye. I see things differently now. I didn't see this before. So that's why you really, once you know the truth, you don't want to go back to the lies. So anyway, I am so sorry for this being long, but it is so important. And I do love all of you. I really do. It's all about the kids. It's about your grandkids and their future and their kids' futures, and their grandkids' futures. It's about them. It's not about me. My life is half over. And anyway, I do love all of you. You can give this video a thumbs up. Please like my video. That way it can get shared. And you can share my videos to anyone. It doesn't cost you. Sorry about this. I'm like I'm getting adjusted to a new hairstyle here. So anyway, you can share it, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can leave a message down below. You can also follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K, Digman Starlight. So anyway, I do love all of you. And like I said, there's no way I can go back there. It's just, I'm going forward. That's it. Just like this hairstyle. I can't go back and get it. I'm going to have to deal with it. Whether I like it or don't, I'm going to get adjusted to it, though. I have to. So anyway, I do love all of you. I really hope you're taking good care of yourself, getting plenty of water. Anyway, this is Starlight. Love and light.